Hey, this is Joel, and this is my 1993 S10 Blazer. Now, I'm going to be talking about a number of things I like about these, and why this is my favorite vehicle ever made. Uh, well, I mean, just look at it. Would you just look at it? Yeah, it looks good. Looks really good. I like the way they designed it. That's probably actually the number one thing I like about it is the design, the exterior and interior. It's very nice. I love how it was designed. I wish they wouldn't have changed it in 95. I wish they would have just kept it the same, but now they changed it to a more round body style, which I don't really care for a whole lot. But I'm going to talk about some of the things I really like about these. I can't talk about everything because that would take far too long, but I'll talk about some stuff. All right, the engine, 4.3 liter, 262 cubic inch Vortec. It's a good engine. They run a long time. They're durable. See, I've had this one here for a year and a half. Is when I got this Blazer here for $2,500. It just needed a heater core and remote oil filters. And remote oil filter lines. That's about all it needed. Very common issue with those. As I mentioned in the video of the 5 things I don't like about my Blazer. But things that I like, this engine. It's good. It's the perfect balance of fuel efficiency and power for this size vehicle. I think it puts out about 180, it's somewhere between 180 and 200 horsepower and has somewhere between 220 and 240 foot-pounds of torque, which is plenty for me anyhow. I don't haul anything. I mean, you could easily haul a trailer with this, like a, a small one, or put a quad on it or two and be fine. But as for me, I don't haul anything. I don't even have a hitch on it. But the engine itself, I barely I'm by no means a lead foot. I have a feather foot. I don't drive fast, and I barely have to tap the throttle to really get up to the speed I need. But every now and then I'll go, I'll give it half throttle or something, coming up a back road, as long as it's dry out, and there's not really too many other people around. Just to, keep it going and whatnot. But there was one time I did have to give it full throttle. I was on 680. My exit was coming up, and I had no choice but to get ahead of everyone else. So I was like, all right, well, we're going to have to go full throttle here. And, it took off. It took off pretty good for a 6-cylinder. But yeah, it's really nice. Fuel mileage-wise, last time I filled up the tank on it, it's a 20-gallon tank, was well over a week ago, and that was like 300, I think it was like 300 miles ago, and I still have just a little bit less. I have a bit less than half a tank still left. I think I have about, I want to say 7 or 8 gallons left. So I mean, fuel mileage wise, not bad by any means, but that probably could also have to do with how I drive as well. Moving on to the interior here. This one has an automatic 4L60E transmission. I would love to have a 5-speed. I would love to have a 4-door that's manual, or even a 2-door that's manual. Actually, I'll probably end up getting both someday after I get a better after I get my life together, and whatnot. Still working on that, going to college and everything. And I'm gonna do something with my life. But yeah, anyways, as you see the interior here, pretty simple, but nice at the same time. A little bit of a feng shui. I got that's from my other Blazer. I took and switched out the passenger side door handle there. Closey handle, I like to call it, layman's terms. But the other one has got a black one in it. This one has a red one in it. Actually, the one that was in this one was broken. I fixed it and then put it in the other truck. There, oh yeah, just my own touch. I got a seashell and my old back truck from my board, stage 10 independent 149 standard. all the way down in the axle, pretty well broken in and cracked all the way around actually. That's just a little side thing, just my own little touch. The climate control is placed pretty conveniently, except the gear selector column here gets in the way a little bit. Well, I mean, it's simple. That's really the way I can put the interior. Simple and nice. I think it's pleasing. Another thing I really like is the A pillars are pretty thin. Same with the B pillars are a little bit thicker, and the C pillars aren't too bad. I mean, as you can see in there, I mean, when I'm backing up, like I back into a spot a lot, like when I'm out at Wedgwood or at down the university, even at work too, I'll back into a spot and I can see everything. No need for a rear view camera on these at all. I mean, you got these huge windows and they're great. So that's something else I really like about it. The interior is really comfortable. My favorite interiors are the reds and blues. My 92 Blazer's got the red, as you can tell of that part from my other Blazer, which I don't currently have here. At the time, it's at a friend of a friend's garage getting worked on because it needs some stuff that I do not have the skills to replace. So it's getting worked on there. And then when I get it back, I'm just saying screw it and I'm gonna have him do some other work too, just so I know I can drive it home safely and even drive it around safely. And then when I get it back here, I'll just start doing body work because it needs a lot of it. This one needs a little bit too, but not nearly as much as my other Blazer needs. That I'm gonna patch in. And I got, for the surface rust, I mean, this one barely has any rust on it. But for the surface rust, I have this expensive stuff right here that really gets the job done. Pour 15. And I'm going to separate that into these smaller containers. And when I apply it, you got to be very careful applying that stuff, like, because if you contaminate it, it's going to, with rust, because it's activated by rust, it'll just harden up on you. So I'm going to have my little brush, and I'm going to take a solo cup and just fill up a little solo cup with some of the Pour 15 and just, you know, all that stuff. But with this Blazer here, I'm thinking about repainting it eventually. It's going to be white and blue, and I think I'm going to fade it from white to blue. Like, it's going to be like my 92 Blazer, like my other Blazers, red and white, and then back to red. No fade, just kind of, you know. But this one I'm going to do blue, like kind of like a deep blue, and then it'll fade to white, and then I might take this plastic molding off all around, and after I do that, I'll do the paint, and I'll fade it back to blue, like somewhere down in here. Kind of like how I have on, I put it back here. Hold on. Because I was just a little side thing here in my board. I painted this one myself with spray paint. It's a blank from Roswell's. As you can see, well, I doodled on it too. It's the Christmas board since it's December. But as you can see, I did a little fade with the spray there. I did blue and green. I kind of faded it a little bit, and it turned out pretty cool. I also did a really nice fade on the top of the deck before I gripped it, but yeah, I have a photo of that on my Instagram and stuff, so it's cool. But the size of this vehicle is it's not too small, it's not too big, it's a mid-size. Well, yeah, mid-size. A little messy inside right now. I gotta clean it up a little bit. Looks like I need to wash it again too. Just washed it yesterday and now it's like a ritual. I gotta wash it constantly, daily in the wintertime. Kind of wish I didn't have to drive it in the wintertime, but I kind of do. But I wash it so much that I should be all right. That, and I got the Pour 15 that I'll be applying soon too. I'll make a video of that to all the rust spots, because Pour 15 will not bond to anything other than surface rust. It won't turn out that great. But yeah, I like these quite a bit. It's my favorite vehicle ever made. Size of it, like I said, actually pretty much everything with this is a happy medium, honestly. The size of it is perfect. I'll eventually do a really detailed review on it after I've had it for a few years. I plan on having it for a very long time. Same with my other Blazer. Actually, with my other Blazer, I have more into it than I could probably ever get out of it at the rate it's going, which I'm perfectly fine with that because I like it. I like this one very much as well too. So they're pretty much mine for good. And then I'll be getting that third one that, yeah, after I get a much better paying job and I can afford to have 3 vehicles and insure all 3 of them at the same time, I'll be picking up that hopefully needs an engine, needs brake work. It's a 1994 GMC Jimmy 4-door with a 5-speed. Clutchy, shifty, H pattern. It's going to be fun. But as for this one, I'm going to keep it stock. I'm going to clean up all this here. I'm going to make it mint. It's only got 102,000 on it. It had 88,000 when I first got it a year and a half ago, July 2015. My other Blazer only has 140,000 on it, but it's been beaten a bit. It has its issues, but I'm going to get it there. It's going to be just as clean as this one, actually cleaner by the time I'm done with it. It's also going to have a sound system. I got a whole bunch of other plans for that one because I already have so much into that one that I'm just going to put my own personality into it, and I'm going to like customize it myself pretty much. Like a few little things. Eventually I might put a bigger engine in it too. I might put a 350 in it. Would like to make that one a 5-speed as well. But that's going to take quite a bit, but that'll be years from now when I eventually do that. This one, I want to keep it stock with a 4.3 and a 4L60E transmission. And just clean it up, keep it nice. I got to mess with this because the previous owner, I guess, well, it does leak around here, which, you know, that's fixable. I mean, it ain't bad. The previous owner just kind of duct taped over it and put this like shoe glue like adhesive kind of around it. But if it like just kind of like pops out or something, you know, I'll just, it'll be much better placed after that. But it does leak a little bit. Well, we'll get some water in there when it rains and whatnot, but it's fixable. Everything's fixable just as long as you're willing to do it. But yeah, I mean, I'll have a full review on one of these, or both of them actually, after I've been driving them for a few more years, while longer. I might actually do a review on my previous daily. That was a 2002 Suzuki. I don't have it anymore, but I can always just bring up photos and then record myself with with my webcam and then do a voiceover over some photos of those. And do a little bit of research because I know a lot more about these than I knew about the Suzuki I had. So I'll do a little bit of research for that one, but I'll eventually make a review on that too. Because I had drove that one from 2009 to 2015. Drove it for about 6 years. But this one, it's my daily. And gonna have more years driving around in it, going on skate trips. That's really, like, these are great for skate trips. It's amazing. Like, the seats, there are these available with the 3+3, where there's a bench seat up front and a bench in the back that holds 3 people each. This one, both of mine got buckets. Actually, I'll post a link and description of a 1991 Blazer that I would absolutely love to have. Links in the description for that. That's like what I dream about, like, owning, is the one in the description. You'll see it. It's got the blue interior. It's a 5-speed 4-door. It's got the 3+3. It's nice. Clean too. Although, I mean, I'm gonna be learning to do some body work here with the 2 I got, especially the other one. That one needs a lot of body work. I have a lot ahead of me with that one, which I'm looking forward to because I'm gonna learn a whole bunch of new stuff and gonna enjoy owning it. And this one's real. I'm just gonna keep it nice. Like I said, I'm just gonna keep it nice. Wash this thing almost on a daily basis this time of year. I hate driving it in the wintertime though. I really do. I hate salt. I got an entire rant on that I just uploaded the other day. But yeah, you'll always see me driving around one of these. I'll probably get a first gen extended cab, short bed, 5-speed as well. Someday I'll have one of those. And I also will get a full-size Blazer. I'll get a K5. preferably 1980. 1980 is my favorite year for the K5. I like the grill they have on it. Like it's like the 70s style, but with the square lamps. And it was only for that year. Either that or I might get the 81 or 82 with the single lamp on the clip, as I do like those ones as well. It'll be a square body either way. But yeah, this is what I like. They're good, happy medium, like I mentioned, with pretty much everything. Good on gas, good amount of power. Just happy medium. Very good happy medium. Oh, look at that window design too. Ain't that cool? I've always thought that was cool. I'm gonna do one. Oh yeah, this latch here. It's like the old style to it. Like it. All right, I'm gonna put the hood down here and do one little walk around for y'all. You can tell it's a 93. Doesn't have the wing, and it doesn't have the third brake light. Only the 94 has the brake light. The 91 and 92 have the wing, and then the 91 has a different steering wheel than the 92 to 94. So you can tell the difference of the years.